Hi, Bob Anderson back again. In this episode, I'd like to talk to you about marketing your product, if you like, townhouses, whatever it might be. Of course, one of the great things, of course, is that you've got two choices as a developer. You can develop some property and keep it as a long-term investment. That's how you build long-term wealth. And of course, you're getting it at raw cost price, which is fantastic. Or the other thing you can do, of course, is you can sell your finished product, sell your townhouses, in which case you get a great chunk of cash, and that's great too. That's cash flow. That gives you your lifestyle, pays all your bills, gives you the toys, the house, the cars, whatever it is, from the cash part. So great flexibility, hold or sell, tremendous. If we're talking about selling, well, you know, we've got a couple of choices. Who's going to do the selling for us? Well, there's basically three types of people. There's normal real estate agents. They're probably the ones you're familiar with. If we take a step up from that, we have what we call project marketers. These are specialised people who do nothing but sell new projects. They don't sell second-hand property, only new projects. They're project marketers. And there's a third group. It probably sounds unfair. I call them hard marketers. Look, a lot of these people are very nice, but if you hear some bad reports about marketing, 2, 3-tier marketing, it's usually people in that area. But as I said, there's some very good ethical hard marketers. So what's the difference? Well, look, if you're doing small projects, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're probably going to be using real estate agents. So you need to find a good local real estate agent, somebody with a good track record. You can interview them. You can go on realestate.com. You can see who the active real estate agents are, who's out there selling new townhouses or whatever it happens to be. You can contact them, you can talk to them. You need to build relationships fairly early in the piece. In fact, you need to build those relationships with those sorts of people even when you're looking for a site. Project marketers, another level up, as I said, they do nothing but sell new projects. They tend to have a very good database of people. They tend to probably be better at selling to investors, but they're still quite capable of selling to owner-occupiers. The thing is here that they need economies of scale. They generally won't sell small projects. Probably a minimum of 6, some of them even want a minimum of 10 or 12. It just depends. Next level up, the hard marketers. Look, they charge more. They could be charging 6% commissions. They're very good at selling off the plan. They're very good in selling in a hard market. But once again, they tend to want larger projects, something they can get their teeth into. So for most little infill projects, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, that sort of thing, you'll be dealing with real estate agents. You just got to choose the active ones, the ones that actually can move stock. Now, just a little bit about pre-sales. Look, some banks might say, oh, I need a sale, I need 2, I need 3 pre-sales before I'll release all the funds for you to build and develop. There's no golden rule with pre-sales. It can vary from bank to bank, the pre-sale requirements. It will vary depending on the state of the market. And it'll vary on where you go for your finance. There's various types of financiers that are what I call non-banks who won't need pre-sales. I just did a 22 townhouse project, didn't need any pre-sales because I used one of the non-banks that I know, for instance. So whether you need them or not, look, it'll depend on specifically on the financier. It'll depend on your own strength financially. It could be that if you're quite strong financially, you can get by with no pre-sales or a few. So look, it's a case-by-case thing in terms of pre-sales. So there's 2 types of pre-sales. What I mean by pre-sales, it means selling the property before you have the titles. So there's 2 parts to that. You might be looking at a pre-sale before you even start construction. In other words, you might have this terrible old house on a block of land and you're trying to get a pre-sale or 2 on what will be built there eventually. Then the next stage of pre-sale would be the construction's underway. So everybody knows, okay, it's being built, it's not finished yet, it won't be finished for 4 months, whatever, and you can sell that. That's a bit easier. That type of pre-sale is a bit easier than the one where nothing started. But then, of course, once the product's finished, once it's built, well, it's easier again, and they're no longer pre-sales. They're just normal sales because you have individual titles. Now, in the case study that I'm talking to you about, these 4 townhouses, Luke and I made some very specific decisions. We've seen a movement in the market where there's more owner-occupiers coming into the market. So we've decided to target particularly owner-occupiers. And that's not to say investors wouldn't buy it, but we're particularly targeting owner-occupiers. So we've gone a little bit larger on the townhouses and we've gone a bit higher in the specifications, targeting owner-occupiers. Now, one thing about owner-occupiers is they prefer to buy product that's finished. Owner-occupiers tend to buy more with emotion rather than intellect. Investors buy with intellect, buy analytically. They're interested in what's the rent, What's the rental yield? What's the vacancy factor? How close to transport? How close? Those sorts of things. They're the decisions that investors make. They're very analytical. Owner-occupiers, particularly in a good suburb, in that high sale price area, they love to see what they're buying. And so what we're going to do, we're targeting owner-occupiers. All our design and specs is targeted that way. We're not going to sell any pre-sales at all. In fact, what we're going to do with this 4 townhouse project, we're not even going to offer it to the market until it's completely built, and until every blade of grass is down, every little plant's in, and then what we do is we stage it. Now, staging is where you furnish. In this case, we're choosing the best of the 4 townhouses, the largest. It happens to be a 4-bedroom one, big living area. It'll look really schmick, it'll be well finished, and we're going to furnish it. There's places that do what you call staging, okay? There's furniture places. They'll actually supply, through an interior designer, they'll choose all the right type of furniture to make it look fantastic, and you rent it. Furniture goes in, it's not expensive, and it's going to look absolutely $1 million. And that's what's going to happen. When that's done, then we offer it to the market. That's what we're doing. And as a result, top value, top price. So we're going to get owner-occupiers. They're going to see it at its absolute best, and that's how we get our maximum return. Our maximum return to owner-occupiers, once it's finished, once it looks fantastic. Because we want to squeeze every dollar out of this project, and that's the idea there. We don't always do that. We don't always target owner-occupiers, and we don't always stage, and we don't always wait until completion. But it's only 4 townhouses. They're going to look fantastic, and so that's a slightly different twist, if you like, on marketing. I look forward to seeing you again soon.